Panda approved. So I looked at what I had with a little bit of brown I had left over and then some light blue. Oh, I mixed them all together. Gave me enough to put the second coat on the wall. So now you can't see any of that poo-poo brown. Not specifically the color I would have wanted, but again, it's one wall, and this rack's going to be in front of it with plants growing in the spring, so all my starter plants type thing. So you're not going to see the majority of the wall, and it needed to be light enough where it would reflect the grow light back onto the plants, and a dark brown poo-poo color just doesn't do that. So, yeah, awesomeness. Now I've got to let it dry. Having said that, in about 15 minutes, it'll be time to go close the chicken door. Yeah, I got a lot of snow. It's been about an hour. Give me a second, I'll show you. So I knew I was going to be a shelf short when I was doing everything because I've had food on this before and I knew I was going to do all gardening on this. It's okay. When I had my Jeep thing, I knew I was going to buy another one and I wasn't paying attention. I picked up a chrome instead of a black. Oh well, doesn't matter. Truly, it doesn't matter. So anyway, both shelves are up. Time to fill it, or fill them, and get this one empty so I can get the shelves on it appropriately and get the lights restrung and get it on this wall with that outlet, and get all of the food that I have scattered. If I still have food that's not in here. So all the food's in here. That way I can figure out if I was an idiot or not. And what I mean by that is, should I have bought larger shelves? And the answer is I don't think so. Truly, I don't. I just think I need to get it in here and then get it stacked right. Like I've got, herbs and spices over there that's not even taking up an entire shelf. And that should probably on a top shelf, where things like my spinach or my corn here, because that's all corn there, on a lower shelf because they take up a lot type stuff. Anyway, let me get busy, get it stocked, figure out how I want to get it planted. And I'll see you in a few. While I am not done, I am done for the evening. I know, isn't that awesome? All the way around. So, I still have lots of stuff to do. You can still see I've got books there. I still have computer stuff on there. I've got stuff on here that I still got to go through. The stuff where I was painting the walls, got to get out of here. So I still have stuff to do. Does that make sense? But, all kinds of fun stuff. Little things still left to do. I've got like 4 different kinds of beans and I've had them all in that tote. As I clean out the stuff that I'm getting rid of, I have other totes and I will separate my 4 kinds of beans and they will actually go across the bottom and not in that tote anymore. And part of that is I've got corn on the floor and green beans there on the box because I don't actually have room for them on the shelf. I do and I don't. Yeah, you can see where this is where I'll be doing my seedlings, and there's corner space back there, but it won't fit the totes. So I can put beans back there easily. I can also separate my teas into like black tea and herbal teas and give them their own shelf in a smaller area. So just kind of playing with what I want to do where that's my pasta, it's full. I have extra pasta here. That's one of those things about putting it in 2 separate rooms or 3 separate rooms. Not a good thing when I've got more than one. Put it all together so I know what I got. All right. Having said that, isn't that awesome? I mean, it's just here, it's visible. Canned goods the rodents can't get into. Again, in the 6 years I've been here, I've had one rodent, or not one, I've had 6 rodents, but it was all one winter. Not had one since. I figured out where they came in, phone filled the hole. Not had one since, which is awesome. But because of that, all of the paper goods, things like crackers and tea, anything that's in a cardboard, pastas, does that make sense? They stay in the totes. Cans, jars, on the shelf is awesome. So look forward to more. Again, at some point in time, you're going to come in and this side of the room will be as clean as this side of the room. I'm just not there yet. I still have to arrange the lights or the shelves so the lights will fit with the seedling trays, etc. It doesn't need to be that high. I don't want the shelf to fall over type thing. I love it. The door opens all the way now. It didn't when the brown shelves were here. I couldn't open the door all the way. I like it to open all the way. I like airflow. Anyway, I think it came out awesome. And it also makes it so when I've got seedlings going on, that makes sense. I don't have all this light, especially when I had the seedlings here coming out into the living room. As my days get dark. I like that. And the lights fit end to end, which is awesome, where on the smaller shelves they were hanging off the sides and it's craziness. I don't know if you've been with the channel, you've seen me out here with TV trays holding plants up. I don't need to do that. I can also, long term, I can put totes across there if I need to. Like the sugar, because I have a lot of sugar right now because I got that really good sale. I can put all the sugars down there, or the sugars and the teas, or I don't know. You know how it is. Just playing. I have time to play. I will need to play. January is also when I go through and I look at my dates. Anything that's between 1 and 6/25, that's a 6/26, that's a 8/26, September 27. Does that make sense? But I'll go through and anything that's it's an 11/25, I'll worry about that in June. Anyway, the first 6 months has got to go. Here we go. Pasta sauce. February 25, that needs to go to the front cabinet. And that way it gets eaten before it passes its date. Means I got some spaghetti in my future. Where things that are 2/27, 11/26, that stuff gets to sit on the shelf until I'm hungry for it. Anyway, I got to do all of that as I start doing the shelves. I also want to, I don't want to use wood. I definitely don't want to use cardboard. I like my plexiglass, my thin stuff here. To line the shelves because that makes it so the jars slide easily. When I'm rotating dates. Without sticking, some of my smaller cans tend to tip on the ridges. So plastic plate mat fits well. Does that make sense? Plexiglass I think could fit better. All kinds of reasons for that. Cardboard, rodents will chew it and make it into a nest. And roaches, if it gets damp or moist, they'll eat it. And those critters are just like people. They want food and shelter, something to eat and a bed to lay in. And if that's not in here, there's no cardboard at all. That makes sense. There's nothing for them to chew on. And they won't hang out. Should one gets in the house. All right. Anyway, I'm done for the evening. I'm going to bed because I'm tired. And I'll talk to you later. Side note, more for me than for you. If I'm truly going to do plants over here, I need another multi-plug with a surge protector on it. That's the one I used last year, and if I leave it there for the TV and the game consoles, I don't have one over here. And what I'm thinking is, if I put all my lights over here and for some reason water spills, I don't want it, does that make sense? Knocking out all the lights. So the power should actually be up here, so I'm watering down there. It doesn't interfere with the plug stuff. If it does, it's on the surge protector, and it'll blow that breaker off the surge protector, not, short out my entire line. So, just a thought for me. All right, y'all have a good evening.